Good morning, everybody. Today, before class, we'll speak for a few minutes about June 1967 in Israel. I had left Lakewood in September of '66, and I took a position teaching in the Mir Yeshiva. And I was there for 2 years before we opened Sephardic in '68. While I was teaching Mir Yeshiva, the Six-Day War occurred in that June. Now, a few students brought portable radios into school to listen to the Israeli news, and the teachers were allowing them to put it on the hour and to get the updates. And one of the students in the class, with permission, put on his radio, and we were listening to the news on the first day of the Six-Day War. And news came from Egypt that said, the Egyptians said Israel tried to attack their planes that morning, but Egypt repelled the attack and they destroyed the Israeli planes that came. We were so sad when we heard that. The whole class just went into a type of moan. And at recess, we went to the office and we heard the news in Rabbi Klein's office. All the teachers gathered there for a few minutes, and Rabbi Klein was crying. And he said, Israel thought they had made overtures to Jordan. Don't enter the war. We guarantee you we're not going to touch any part of your holdings in Palestine. The whole West Bank was in the hands of Jordan, and all of Jerusalem was in Jordan's hands, and the Kotel, and they were holding on to the very valuable land. But Israel had guaranteed them that, and they thought that Jordan will stay out of the war. Jordan had a very well-trained army. So then the news finally came out, eventually, that Israel put out a statement. We destroyed the Egyptian Air Force. There is no Egyptian Air Force left. We got them all. They were all lined up in the airports, and Israel sent their bombers in early in the morning. They sent them to fly low, not to be detected by radar, and they succeeded. And they destroyed the whole Air Force. Amazing. Maybe that, from a military perspective, maybe that turned the whole outcome of the war. So the question was asked, and it was discussed quite a bit in the news circles. Why did Jordan enter the war? Israel had guaranteed them they would not touch any of their property. And it turns out, when they actually searched for the answer, is that Jordan was not going to enter the war. But when Egypt gave such an optimistic report that they destroyed all those Israeli planes that came to attack them, total fabrication, total, no truth to it at all. And when Jordan heard that, they didn't get a correction from Egypt. Jordan decided, what, there's going to be a tremendous Arab victory and we're not going to be part of it? We'll have to enter the war. So they entered the war. And then, those couple of days later, when Israel was succeeding in working its way to get into Eastern Jerusalem and to the Kotel, the celebration that broke out when Rabbi Goren blew the shofar and said, HaKotel b'yadenu. That was one of the greatest moments we experienced ever.